don't try to have, let's say, a happy life. Just try to have a happy day. Yesterday is dead. Tomorrow is not born. I don't teach people how to change life, but I teach how to change your day.
Do you remember the first time you accepted death?
Yes, of course. Many people forget death, but the death is never forget us. Death is beyond religion, beyond culture, beyond philosophy. Death is coming everybody. You possible die with happily. You possible die without fear. You possible die without any regret. What kind of death you think you have? That is the most important question. Never forget it. It's always a reminder to yourself, you go to die.
Welcome back to the Mulligan Brothers, and today I sit down with Tulku Lobsang Rinpoche in Vienna, and we get to talk about a real deep subject around spirituality. We take the conversation further than I've ever taken it before, to the point where we're talking about levels of meditation that can take us to different spiritual realms and higher realities of consciousness. And it's all quite mind-blowing stuff. It's stuff that he's practiced for years and years, and he uses in his daily life. And we talk about some of the masters who have taught him throughout the years and throughout history, and how you can apply those lessons and teachings in your life. This is one to watch with a pen and pad next to you to take some notes down. I want to say a massive thank you to our sponsors, who we'll mention a little bit later on in the video. And if you want exclusive access to these interviews, head over to Spotify, where they now do premium video and audio. And if you leave us a review, it'll be a massive help for the Spotify listen whilst you're driving home. And thank you to all our subscribers, Patreon members, and anyone who's supported our mission to inspire change as we fight against traditional media and all the big corporations out there who want to keep the small creators down. You guys are the ones who keep us going. So thank you for the support over at Patreon. And if you want to help support us a little bit more, head over to mulliganbrothers.com, where you can still get the Not a Journal, the t-shirts and everything more. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, and let's dive into this amazing episode with Tulku. In case somebody's coming across these videos and they've not seen the other ones, just introduce yourself, a little short, brief introduction of yourself and what you do.
My name is Tulku Lobsang, and I born Tibet. East Tibet is near Mongolia borders, and then. Yes, of course. Then I come, when I'm 70 years old, is come to India. My continue study India. Yes, then when I'm around 26 or 7, I already start to teaching in the West. And now many years I start to travel in all different part of first of all, travel all part of the world, but then more and more in the Western world, and especially in Europe. And last many years, I'm traveling and teaching all friends or students, what you call. And that's amazing and great. Yeah.
We've had a few conversations. So if people are picking up on this one at the start, there's some more interviews that they can check out. But today, over the last few conversations we've had, I've really felt this interesting perception that you have of death, time, and life. And I think it'd be really good to wrap a conversation up around that and understand that, of your concept of death, and how I think that would help people who probably fear death and worry about death quite a lot. But let's start with this thing you said earlier, which was life is one day at a time. And I think one of the issues that we have is we see life as years and years and years and years and years, and we try and plan our day and what we do accordingly to that. And I think you said earlier something about we have this moment right now, and we have today, which I think is a completely different concept to what most people think.
Well, maybe I like to say this way, is generally death is not end of our existence. Maybe some people wish it, but sorry, not. Death is not end of our existence. Death is change. One of a great change happened in our life. Birth is not begin of our existence. Birth is also change. Each 100 years we experience in this great two changes. And this two change, one name we call birth, because this give you everything. New body, new mind, new life. And the moment of death, the old body, old mind, old body is taken. And this name, what is called is death. Of course, each 100 years we experience only one time death and birth. Nobody know. Nobody somehow, let's say, officially come back, Maybe some people, yes, but let's say generally nobody come back to say, hey, death is look like this. Of course, I know some people have some experience, but this is a personal thing, but generally not there. And therefore nobody know. But everybody go to take this event. Death is a very interesting thing because one thing we know about death and the two things we don't know about death. One thing what we know, maybe I say, death, they have one thing we should be know and two things we never know. That is very important. We need to know. What is we don't know, we what is we know, we should be know one day we go to die. Somehow I expect I know, but somehow look like people forget it. One thing you should be know, one day is you really die. And think many people look like or pretended or forget death, but the death is never forget us. They don't have a history in this world, in this planet, and death is forget somebody. He always remember, he always find you. Therefore, never forget it. Is always reminded to yourself, you go to die. I'm sure when I say this, you say, yeah, of course. But yes, you say, of course. But you really need to know this. You always need to remind it. Then you organize your life a totally different way. You have a totally different relation yourself. You have totally different relation others. You have totally different way to look in life. Therefore, one thing we should be know, we all die, or me is going to die. To think what we don't know, that is also important you need to know. What is this two? Is the first one. You don't know when you die. And we kind of think we know. We kind of to think we know, not now, not today, not tomorrow, not next year, but really, we don't know when we die. That is the most important thing you know. And the second one, you also don't know what make you die. I don't know, one coffin, or one laughing. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Therefore, three things you need to know. First, you need to know you go to die. Second, you don't know when you die. Third, you don't know what make you dead. is death is the one of the greatest questions coming in our life. Because when death is coming, you have a choice not to give answer. You cannot, escape the question of the death. And you need to give answer. When death is coming, you have 3 possibilities to give answer. Or you don't have any answers. And without answer, death is not so nice event, maybe not so pleasant event, you or me. Because death is the honor of this life. The life or earth just hotel. We are the guest. Mr. Death is just honor of this hotel or this life. Before you're checking out in this hotel, is Mr. Death going to ask you, are you happy in this hotel or are you have a good life? Yes, death is question, of course. And you don't have a choice not to give answer. And this question receive everybody. You're a bad person, you're a good person, you're Buddhism, or you're non-Buddhism, you're believer or non-believer, no matter. Death is never make discrimination. Death is the beyond religion, beyond culture, beyond philosophy, beyond good people or bad people. Death is coming everybody. Therefore, you have 3 possibilities to die. One is death is coming. You would say death is coming is you possible die with happily. Yes. 2, you possible die without fear. 3rd, you possible die without any regret. What kind of death you think you have? And that is the most important question. Is a death is coming today in your life? Is look like lightning? Is he going to choose you? What kind of death you go to have? You have happy death, or you have a death without fear, or you have a death without regret. I think I expected normal people, let's say, should we go to die, or at least we have a death. Minimum, we have death without, a regret. Mostly people, is when death is coming in their life, most people have some kind of regret. Maybe not everybody, but mostly people. Is the regret of is they never they never live in their life. They're just chasing something. They're chasing many things, but they never live in life. One thing, or they never take time their family or friend, or they never take time themselves. Therefore, yes, not yet death is arise in our. It's not yet death is come our life, but it's important you ask yourself now: is death is coming tomorrow? How to give you answer? And this answer is the conclusion of your life, the end of your story. And this answer is maybe become meaning of your life, essence of your life. Therefore, death is one of the greatest master, one of the greatest teacher. But he only come once. Therefore, you visualize, if you go to die tomorrow, what kind of death you have, or what kind of answer you give, is what is your final answer of yourself. Of course, you give answer yourself. And this answer is true answer. Answer is beyond the name. Is the answer beyond the society. Mostly our answers now, maybe not really our answer, the answer of somebody. Because the people doing, I go to do. Because the people like, I think I like it. You know, you have all kind of answers, all kind of tools make you feel okay, but is this really, really your answer? Or maybe this answer you learned somewhere, or because somebody told it, or you read something, I don't know. Therefore, shortcut is I think you need to learn to live everyday life and to take time your friends, families, and take time yourself. And then maybe least you don't have a death with a great regret. That is a minimum death. Well, now interesting is I know sometimes people say, yes, I want happy life. I want live my life. I want live in my life. I want a happy life. But I just saying people, you cannot possibly have a happy life without happy day. Happy life is sometimes just your ego. I know people always try to find happiness outside of today. But truth, your life is never come bigger than today and one day. Everything got to happen is today. You born one day. You're not born today. You're born one day. You live in one day. You die in the one day. All happened today and one day and today. Today is not little part of life. Today is the only life where you can live. Yesterday is dead. We are too late. We never got to reach. I'm sorry. Tomorrow is not yet or not born. We are too early. Therefore, don't wait tomorrow and don't chase in or yesterday. Today is what we have. Well, sometime as let's say we are following of problem of yesterday, and we are waiting happiness of tomorrow. Waiting happiness is a tomorrow, is the enemy of happiness of today. Following is the problem of yesterday, is a demon of happiness is today. I always ask, don't try to have a, let's say, happy life. Just try to have a happy day. I don't teach people how to change life, but I teach to how to change your day. Each 24 hours, you experience the whole cycle of life. How you sleep, exactly same how you die. Therefore, sleep we call small death. How you wake up, exactly how you birth, and we call small birth. Each 24 hours, you experience small death and small birth. Ladies and gentlemen, is you interested to know how look like after death? Is yes, after death is look like you're dreaming. Therefore, each 24 hours you experience complete big part of your life. How you sleep, exactly same how you dying. Therefore, we call sleep a small death. How you dreaming, exactly same after death, what we call small intimate state. And how you birth, exactly same how you to wake up. This name we call small birth. Therefore, each 24 hours you experience whole, complete round. And this name what we call samsara. Death, intimate state, or we call after death, and birth, sleep, dreaming, wake, sleep, dreaming, wake, sleep and dreaming, wake. And this cycle we call samsara. Is everybody need to go in this circle. Therefore, it's very interesting one thing to say. What I say very begin is one thing we must need know about the death. We all go to die. But somehow everybody think, yeah, of course we all know. Yes, of course. What he talking, you know. What he talking, you know, yeah. But here important analytic meditation about the death. Tulku Lobsang, me is now 50 years old man. And maybe still some people think, I have a great life, you know, or I still have, people say, oh, you maybe do more great things future. Well, I'm, let's say, 50 years old now. Is I go to stay now 55 years more, as, let's say 55 years stay more, is look like 105 years old. That means, let's say, I don't think my maximum is my time is, I think, 105 years. It's, let's say this way, maximum level. That's me. What really mean now? 50 years already gone. Now I have 55 years maximum. In this 55 years, means 20,000 day round. After 20,000 days, look me, I'm not a terribly old man. Yes, I possibly stand myself. I'm still good. But after 20,000 days, I'm become 105 years old. Therefore, don't tell me my life. I just want you to tell me my 20,000 days. That is the realistic. Therefore, my question, what you have a plan, what you have a project, what is most important in the next year 20,000 days. I'm not going to ask what is most important, your life, because life we have is big misunderstand. Somehow, mostly people think life means is love. We have a feeling of life means something really endless, so big, never ended, or look like endless. But that is not true. And that is totally changed. You become simple. Not only Tulku Lobsang, not only me have 20,000 days. One of most compassionate, kindest, nicest people in the earth is also have 20,000 days. One of most powerful who possible change the world with one, I don't know, with one word, maybe possible all over the earth shaking. Such a power who have people here, but they all have a 20,000 days. Therefore, never say my life, just say my 20,000 days. And this makes something change at you. In this 20,000 days, very interesting, 10,000 days, somehow I go to sleep. It's interesting, I don't know. We think we need so many things we are so much worry, or we are so much worried we cannot to survive. And therefore, my life is so long. I need this and that, many things, We are running behind it, all need this. But all what we have, all what we own, maybe we never use, maybe we don't use, maybe only use 2% or 5% or 10%. The rest is just wasted time. In the 20,000 days, 10,000 days, we are go to sleep. When we sleep, you're poor or you're rich, no matter, we are all sleep, is sleep. Maybe your bed is gold or made of diamond or wood or no metal. You possibly change your pillows, the number of pillows, and the bed, but still we are asleep. Therefore, nearly half of our life is sleep. What we need to do in the sleep, what we are really using during the sleep. We need bed and the pillow, let's say it this way. Not much needed. Not much needed. I don't know. And then now is a question, is the 10,000 days sleep in the bed, is answer of life? Or this is the purpose of life? Is you need so many things to 10,000 days sleep, let's say bed? I'm just joking. But now we have 10,000 days more. And yes, 10,000 days more we have. In this 10,000 day, 8,000 day, I think mostly we need to go to work or job, what you call job. I have a job, I have a home. I have a home means I have a place to sleep. I have a job means I have a chair to sit. I have a home means I have bed to sleep. I have a job means I have a chair to sit. Therefore, 8,000 days we go to sit in the chair, exactly same. Yes, you possibly have a different chair, but you maybe need to sit in chair. Yes, is the 8,000 days sitting in the chair? Yes. Is the answer of a life? Maybe. Or this is the purpose of a life? What is? Yes. 10,000 days sleep, 8,000 days sit in the chair. You call job and home. Let's say it this way. Now we have still 2,000 days, but we are still waiting. Mostly people waiting. Waiting is the final answer or the best part. People think life is look like European food, you know. It's first look like you have appetite, some vegetables, and then you have main course, and the last part, dessert, best coming. Yeah, it's, looks like, yes, maybe. Therefore, they waited. And now we have 2,000 days more. And the 1,000 days we needed complaining. How much I'm not happy myself, how much I'm not happy others, who did it. It's just a complaining. You know, sometimes we like to complaining. It's just complaining everybody or whatever. It's this 1,000 days is the complaining, is become answer of life? I don't think so. Now we only have 1,000 days more. This 1,000 days, you need to check out in the hotel. Especially you are in the Western world, you have very complicated checkout. Yes, one of the most complicated checkout ever human history happened. Because what you call mostly Westerns, you have insurance, correct? Because of insurance, you are not have a slow death. You don't have a quick death. Your death is very complicated. And mostly people need lots of time. Therefore, you know, one day, yes, suddenly come, you call ambulance or whatever to come in your house and there take you without question. And yes, and then you go to what you call hospital and you lay down there around 3 years or maybe some people, of course, less. And then you waiting to check out. Therefore, very interesting thing, you know. I always talk 3 kind of wealth. Wealth of life, wealth of body, wealth of mind. When you are, let's say, when you lay down in, let's say, in the front of death, you know, I don't think your wealth is coming with you. I don't think your health also come with you. Only one thing with you, your mind. No family coming with you. Only in this moment, the last friend with you, your mind. Therefore, maybe your mind is maybe first the friend with you, but also maybe last friend with you. Therefore, very important to you have the what you call secret wealth. Is secret wealth, wealth of mind. Is this wealth only you go to experience. Nobody go to experience. You know, out wealth, you have a car and houses. Of course, everybody see you possible sharing. But the secret wealth is just your personal thing. And therefore, I want to say, is you a wealthy person or not? We need to look in 3 levels. Out wealth, inner wealth, secret wealth. Out wealth is wealth of life. Inner wealth, wealth of body. Secret wealth, wealth of mind. However, well, now you have yes, this 3 years, let's say 1,000 day means around 3 years. Maybe we need 2 years or 3 years to check out this hotel, correct? I'm always making joke, you know, is don't live in your life look like how you live in the hotel. You never live in your life how you live in your home. Why I say this? Yes, mostly home, you know, we are building home means we are always building to owning something, you know. But we are not to really focus to live, we are more owning. Therefore, the moment of Mr. Death call in your room number, you realize that is not your home, that is not your own. You know, you just allowed to live, but you're not owned. But whole your life, or whole my life, focus to owning. Owning. Maybe that, owning. Because I'm so much focused to owning, I never have a time to live in my life. When Mr. Death call in your room number, you realize you not own this, but you realize you're allowed to live. In this moment, Mr. Death call in your room number, yes, you maybe start to say, you complete the surprise because you never live and you never have time to live in your life. You're just walking to owning. What is the purpose of owning? To live. I think deep down we all want to live, not to own. But we all think first to own and then we go to live. It looks like this, you know. But we are so much busy about owning. Whole our life we are just walking to owning, and nobody have, many people don't have time to live our life. Therefore, when Mr. Death call you, you may be to say, Mr. Death, you know, please, it's okay. I'm not to check out next 1 month, you know. Now, I want to live in my life. I want to enjoy this beautiful hotel. Our mother planet is a 5-star hotel, 5-element hotel, one of most beautiful hotels, maybe in the space. And then I always making joke, you know, and the Mr. Death go to laughing you. He go to great laughing, you know. Why he make this laughing? And he say, I'm sorry you cannot stay more days. But you say, but I give every night $1,000. And Mr. Death again laughing. My hotel is the most famous hotel in this space. It's not a question of money. Next 1,000 years already fully booked. You know, this time you're too late and you need to check out tomorrow, 12 o'clock. And therefore, that's why the moment of death is coming. You know, you discover nothing you own, include yourself, is just you allowed it, use everything. You are a guest, nothing more. And therefore, live in life look like hotel, not look like your own home. Your own home where you have great attachment. And therefore, is when you think death now, is a death help you less things you're holding, less things attachment, it's just more making joy. Or less things you're waiting what you don't have, and you more to make enjoy what you have. Many times we believe what we don't have make we happy, and we never happy what we really have. And then one we are happy. Therefore, death is a teach to you what you have to go to you happy. More easy to believe to be happy what we don't have, but more difficult to happy what we have. And who teach you to go to your happy what you have is death. And that's why is you think this way, my life maximum, Tulku Lobsang's life is 20,000 days. And then coding this 20,000, you only say my life is just a 20,000 days. 20,000 days. When I think this way, automatically I have less ego. I have less ego of my knowledge, my body, my six-pack, or I don't know, my strength, my body, my knowledge, I don't know, my health or my wealth. I have less ego, And when I think my life is just a 20,000 day, I have less jealous of others' intelligence or others' health or others' happiness. It's just all is just short guest in this world. They don't have much time to all this, unnecessary games. And therefore, we are all one thing important in your life. One thing very important in your life. What? We go to die. Of course, everybody says, yes, of course we know. But yes, maybe you know somewhere, but you hearing this, you see some things, but that's not enough. You really need contemplation. Not only we need this. We have this. Let's maybe say 5 powerful minds, or maybe 4 powerful minds. First is a power of hearing mind, we call. Second is we call power of a contemplation mind. And the third we call power of mindfulness. And the fourth we call power of alertness mind. Is the hearing mind is not have power to change you so much. It's, I say something, you hear, you read something, you hear something. Yes, that's hearing mind. Yes, it's powerful, but it's not so powerful. Or I hear, or I read it, and that's not so much. You hear death, you see some death. That is not to make you so much change it. You need the second power list. What is contemplation mind? You really need to think death. Not only you see, not only you hear, and that's is not so powerful. You need the second power of mind. What's the contemplation power of mind means you really need to think yourself death. How you make a contemplation? You say, my life is just, contemplation power of mind means you just say, my life is just a 20,000 day. And 10,000 day I go to sleep, 8,000 day I go to work, 1,000 day I complaining, and 1,000 day I need to preparation to check out. Yes. And yes, therefore, not only hearing, not only you see, I want your contemplation. And the contemplation mind is very powerful, but it's not so powerful look like mindfulness. Mindfulness means everyday life you need to remember. Contemplation mind is, is you're not only just you hearing and you really think yourself. Of course, this make you a big change it, but it's not look like mindfulness. Mindfulness means you always remembering, power of remembering. And therefore, remember every day you're not dead. Remember every morning, you remember you have again life. And therefore, is the in our life is one thing most important now is we all die. And the second thing important now, we don't know when we die. Means is you always need to make ready to death whenever come you. Number one, anyway, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. But you always ready. How you make ready? You always make enjoy everyday life. You make enjoy today is look like your last day. You make enjoy is today is look like your first day. You make enjoy is this is your last day. You make enjoy today is the only day your life. Then death is coming you. You have answer. Maybe you don't have any regret because you live every day your life well. Also, maybe because of that, you don't have much fear of death. Maybe because of that, you also kind of or happy or ready to death. And therefore, is death is one of incredible event happen in our life. Therefore, in the Buddhist world, we call death is one of most important teachings in our life. Therefore, I always make a joke, this is what you call a Buddhist vaccination. Is you forget the death, you don't have a vaccination of life. Never forget the death, and then you never forget you have a life. Only death is to teach the value of life. Without death, we don't know the value of life. And sometimes we make useless our life. Yeah.
I've been getting tons of messages asking about my health protocols ever since I did the world's heaviest marathon. The experience took a toll, and getting back to optimal health has been an absolute journey. That's where Marek Health have been absolutely essential. Their approach is beyond quick fixes. It's about long-term health and performance. They work with medical professionals to create personalized, evidence-based plans tailored to your needs, using pharmaceutical-grade treatments and cutting-edge diagnosis. Whether it's TRT, peptides, supplements, or like me, getting full health analysis to get you back on track, Marek Health provides everything that you need. And it's not just for athletes. If you're an entrepreneur or businessman like me, you might want that renewed focus, clarity, and energy. That's when Marek Health can get your brain performing at its peak. From comprehensive blood work to customized health plans, Marek gives you the tools to optimize your life. If you're ready to take control of your health, go to marekhealth.com and use code Mulligan for 10% off. The link's down below. I can't recommend them enough. And if you just wanted to get started, I would go and get your blood work done. Go get assessed, find out where they can help you. Use the link down below for 10% off using code Mulligan.
I want to talk about our paid partnership with BetterHelp. As you guys are aware, I've always been super open about my mental health, anxiety, depression. For a long time, the way I would deal with that is by burying those emotions, working really hard, running hundreds of miles, and burying those feelings deep down inside. That's why over the last 2 years, I have stuck to online therapy. Weekly online therapy, and it's been absolutely incredible. It was a massive weight off my shoulders. I know I'm not the only person who feels like this, but sometimes it can feel like you are, and you can feel super alone in that anxiety, that depression. And then we have to add the mix of social media in there. For somebody like myself, I'm on social media all the time for work, but so many other people look on there and see these highlight reels of people's lives that's just not true reality. All of these things can be super overwhelming. For a lot of people, we decide to keep it to ourselves. We think we can battle through, we can push through. That's why I turned to online therapy, and you can too with BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a credentialed therapist who can help navigate whatever you're going through. It's an online platform, so you can do your sessions from wherever feels comfortable. And if the first therapist isn't a right fit, you can switch at no extra cost. Most people using BetterHelp are looking for support with anxiety, and 69% report improvement after just 6 weeks. Therapy helped me shift my perspective, process things in a way I couldn't do alone, and actually start feeling lighter. If you've been thinking about therapy, this might be the right sign to give it a go. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Mulligan Brothers for 10% off your first month of therapy. Let BetterHelp rule your anxiety, so anxiety doesn't rule you. Let's get back to the video.
Do you remember the first time you accepted death? Like you understood it as a concept and was like, okay, yeah, I accept this as a thing?
Of course, Tulku Lobsang, yes, and generally, of course, I accept the death. I want more than accept the death, But of course, I got to accept the death. But still, death is an incredible event. It's sometimes beyond my mind and beyond my body. And sometimes you have the day, you have nice sunshine, you have blue sky, and you dare stay, and you say, I'm ready to die, But you go to home, you sleep, lights all off, you lay down, and everything dark, and then you think death is a little different. I know sometimes many people say, you don't need to fear to death. Death is nature. But I say this is I don't know English how say is who never went to war, and you never know what mean victory. Therefore, if you really want to experience how look like death, you should be experienced. Not look like you have a nice coffee, orange juice around, blue skies, comfortable sofa. Well, I think death, oh yes, I'm ready to die. I want to make some more meditation in the night and the dark. And you learn in the dark. You say, now I'm going to die. And what's your reaction? And of course, I accept it. Not only I accept it, I'm a Buddhism practitioner. I take it that death is a great spiritual opportunity. Because in the Buddhisms is not only Buddhisms, not only with we are not only not the fear of the death. We are sometimes happy to die, means because death is give you liberation of your limitations. You are a limitation world. You are a limitation body. You are limitation mind. Is a death is the only who have a natural power. You take out of this limitation. The moment of death, you experience you are true nature. Your true nature. In the Buddhisms, we believe, it's a moment of a death. You have outer death, inner death. Outer death is the dissolving of your 5 elements. First, earth element start to dissolving. The earth element energy, earth element, of course, not dissolving. The earth element stay in this world, but earth element energy start to dissolving, and then your body become heavy. You cannot keep straight your head and spine, and you don't have balance. And that's moment the earth element energy start to dissolving in the water. Then water element energy start to dissolving in the moment of death. Your saliva is dry, water is dry, and your tongue is growing. You cannot talk. Your face come a little longer, or teeth color also changing. Yes, and then is water element, the water element energy start to dissolving in the fire. That's what you experience. And the fire element energy start to dissolving in the wind element. And this moment, you start to body temperature reducing. Yeah, I touch your feet is go cold, your hand start cold, your whole body temperature start to concentrate in your heart area. And your pulses in the gone in just some part. In this moment, you still start out to death. Out to death, you go to sharing, you experience, but you also share others. Others also see in their eyes what is going on you. And then is the, wind element energy start to dissolve consciousness, what we call. And this moment, your breath start to changing. Your breath short and long, and you more breathe out, less breathe in. And the last moment, the wind element energy completely dissolve consciousness. You strong breath breathe out, whatever you form, and then you cannot breathe in. In this moment, your heartbeat stopped. And in this moment, your 5 senses stopped. And you have 80 different, all of your thoughts, emotions stopped. Your sensory world is gone, mental world is gone, and this name what the Buddhisms call out death. And the doctors call, here you're dead. But in the Buddhism, of course, you're still dying. Therefore, after death, we are keeping still your body 3 to 4 days, or mostly we keep 1 week. But still your consciousness stay in the body is, we believe, stay around, depend of your body condition, but stay around 4 days. And how we know this, your consciousness is still not out of your body. Is your consciousness still in your body? Your body is not color changed or not bad smells coming. And yes, but the moment is after 3-4 days, depend of your body condition. Sometimes you're so sick, nothing left, but otherwise in your nose coming some bliss or blood, and your sexual organ coming some white essence. Remember, I told the Tummo, the moment of death, you experience Tummo exactly this way, Is the blood coming in your nose or mouth, and your sexual organ coming white essence. In this moment, you are complete experience in the death, and your consciousness out. After your breath and the heart, everything stop, what kind of mental state you have? Look like you are in the deep sleep. You experience look like empty sky, look like white light. You go deeper of nothing. And then empty sky look like a red light. Is you going nothing, deeper nothing. And then empty sky look like a black light. You go to deepest of nothing. And then after this, you go to experience what we call, when you go to an empty sky, you go to black light. What happened? The end of this mind. End of this mind. End of this mind. You are end of this mind. And Buddhisms, we believe life and body and mind are just a wave. We are a wave. A wave. And this wave is happening this wave is not happening out of my control. That's name what Buddhisms call suffering. We are totally like a different kind of suffering, life is just a wave. Body is just a wave. Mind is just a wave. A death means all of the waves dissolving back in the ocean. And when you go to blackout, the deepest blackout, you end of the wave. Wave is complete, go to ocean. And this name we call Mother Clear Light. The Mother Clear Light means is a mind who never born and mind who never have death. Or body who, let's say mind or who never born or who never have a death. And this name we call what we call timeless awareness, or we call nature awareness. You experience this. And this name what Buddhisms call Buddha nature. And this name what Buddhisms call unconditional love. The rest, all we made it. And therefore, is I'm a Buddhism practitioner? Yes, this is the opportunity to discovering your true nature. Therefore, Dalai Lama is opening scientific world to study our masters who make the meditation of the doing the death. Now already many years study. I don't know what kind of result have fully. Of course, masters, people who dying, and then they make meditation. And then their possible stay is they're dead, medically dead, but then they still don't, they're still possible live perfectly. I don't know, 1 month or 2 months, whatever. What they're doing, the masters, the moment of death, when they experience this clear light state, and then they have awareness, clear light state. And sometimes some masters who go to stay there, we need to make a wake there. We say, now you need to wake up in this nature awareness. You need to go out of body. And until you don't go out of body, you don't show the sign of really death. Of course, you don't have heartbeat, all things. Because then that is one of the greatest change coming in the modern world. Of course, moment this is just a Buddhist belief, is they don't have a really scientific, some common ground explanation. Therefore, they have a two way to discovering our diamond nature. Diamond nature means is the nature who never born, a nature who never have death. The moment of death we go to discover this, or we experience one through of meditation. Therefore, you possible experience your diamond nature, or yes, your timeless, your nature or timeless awareness, the moment of death, 100%, and also through of meditation. Therefore, death is meditation without meditate. Therefore, I'm a Buddhism practitioner, death is coming, I go to happy. It's a little strange to say, but I'm happy, I take this as opportunity, to discovering my true nature. And therefore, it's once, something look like this,
The idea of consciousness not existing anymore, is that what you're saying? Like after death, like consciousness, the body dies, the mind dies, everything physical goes, but the consciousness, that eventually fades too?
Yes.
As far as your beliefs is that there is nothing else, there's no tendrils of life or existence left that comes back or in any way?
That's a very interesting way to say. In our life, we experience 3 different kind of body and the 3 different kind of consciousness, maybe I say, or 3 different kind of mind or consciousness, and the 3 different kind of self. Now I have this physical body, and then I have this mind and this self, what you call Tulku Lobsang here. This name we call karmic body, and the karmic mind, karmic self. Means I cannot really decide what I go to think. Look like, we try to decide what we want, what we go to think, but of course you possible training this, but generally, mostly people don't have freedom what they go to think. Mostly they're thinking what they don't want thinking, or they never go to think what they don't want to think. And that's also why we have saying of the sorry. Sorry ourselves, Also, I of course look like I have control my body here, looks like, yes, of course, some degrees, but deep down, you don't have control. You have 0 control, and you don't know, I don't know, I have 0 control of my breath, I have 0 control, my heartbeat, I have 0 control, yes, and this name is what we call influence, what Buddhisms call. And then and this body, of course, this mind, this body, this self, is not make fulfill of what you're looking for. Is great. And then we experience a dream body. When we are dreaming, of course, we have a dream body, and then we have a dream mind, and we have a dream self, That's also not, that is also karmic. Is influence. Dream body, dream mind, dream self is not free of influence. Not free of influence of external influence or internal influence. But of course, dream body and the dream mind is less resistant, and that's why we have a practice of a dream yoga. Is once you recognize, or once you have a lucid dream, once you have a lucid dream, and in the dream is more easy to practice. Your mind less resistant your body is less resistant I'm making joke, this body is look like you're driving very old bus. And the dream body is look like you're driving Ferrari, In you have a lucid dream, in the dream you are dreaming, you really know you're dreaming, not only short time, whole time you're dreaming. In the dream, you say, I go to meditate. Your body and mind nearly no have resistance. And that is good news, but that's also bad news. Is a small things make great influences in the negative way and positive way. And yes, and then also after that, what you call intimate state. Intimate state, the body we call wind body. Is you have intimate state body and you have intimate state mind. You're also another kind of self, of course. And it's another level, but that's self or this body, this mind is also not become your final destination. It's great, but that's not. But you go, therefore, karmically, therefore, your intimate state body is just a wave of energy. Dream body is a wave of energy. The physical body also wave of energy, never stay with you forever. But the moment of death, you go all beyond that. But now, what is go to left there? Let's say, what is go to left there is you experience a body. Is what mean body? Body means energy. Okay, body. What is mean body is energy. What is mind? Mind is awareness. Therefore, you go to experiences, and after death, the mind or awareness without thought, without emotion. Thought and emotions have birth and death. But as this nature awareness, never born, never die. And this name what we call Buddha nature or Buddha mind. And then you experience this energy body, is energy body without waves. You experience energy without wave. Without wave we call. And this energy this body no have time, no have size, no have a number. Is we are talking totally another law. And this become seat of enlightened body. Therefore, conclusion, we are the slave of this body and mind. We are army of this body and mind. We have a great fear of this body and mind, not do what we wanted. We have a great expectation of this body and mind, hopefully do everything what we wanted. Of course, he possible do many things, but he never possible make fulfill of what you wanted. Therefore, it look like wave. In this wave, what we call, in Buddhism, we sometimes call nature force or karmic force. Example is each 100 years we experience this wave. Is the birth is a wave is coming, death is a wave is going back. But this is not come with my own will. And I don't have a choice not to born. I never choose to born, or I never have choice born. I don't know, it just happened. I don't have a full will to death, I don't have choice not to die, or maybe I also don't have choose to die now, It's just await the nature flow. Therefore, each, yes, that means our life between of birth and death, but also what I told that our life between of the wake and the sleep. And that's also wave. When we wake, wave is coming. The karmic wave or nature wave. And when we are asleep, wave is going back. And that's is. But then each 24 hour we breathe in and out 21,600. This is also karmic knowledge, or karmic clock, or karmic knowledge, or nature force. Why we call nature force? Buddhism, why we call nature force? Because I'm not choose it. And then we have heartbeat, my heartbeat, Of course, yes, I'm sometimes listening my heartbeat, my ego is going down, Sometimes you look like you have some control, I don't know, sometimes you have this, I don't know, you lead a heat or whatever coming, you feeling of you have control. But then you listen in your heart, yes, he moving, bang, bang, but you don't have any control. But is he forgetted one bit? You exist and it. Therefore, Buddhism, we believe that we have, 120,600, 126,600 heartbeats. Of course, you're small, old, this changing. This name what we call karmic wave or karmic wind. This wave. Therefore, and therefore is this wave. But the moment of death, you go beyond these waves, and you experiences this what we call mother clear light or timeless awareness or nature awareness. Is, of course, this is something very far talk, of course, but once you have a realization or recognize in this moment, yes, you are free of the cycle of birth and death.
Okay, so you're free of it. So the idea of a new wave coming, a new birth wave, is that just something we just won't be aware of if it does happen anyway? Like, will we know if a new wave came?
Yes. In this, the wave of energy, what karmic wave or nature force, three things possible happen. Moment happening out of control. I don't control. 90%, let's say, really I don't control. My life is look like I controlled, but really, really, absolutely not. My body look like I controlled, absolutely not. My mind have looked like my controlled, but absolutely maybe not. That's name what Buddhism calls suffering. And then with your training, well, you possible trained, through overtraining, you possible learn to some controlled. Yes, the second level is controlled, but you're still not free. You possible some kind of control. Maybe I have control to when I born, maybe when I die, where I born, where I die, what I become, what I'm not become. You have some control, but you're not yet free of death and birth. The highest goal in the Buddhism, the highest goal is possible to break the cycle of birth and death. Yes, that is the highest goal. And this name we don't call controlled, we call free. And that is a concept of enlightenment.
Just a quick interruption for the video, guys. As many of you know, we are independent creators and filmmakers, but there is a massive attack on us right now. Traditional media over the last few years has started to slowly die. They are no longer the independent voice that you first thought they were. That's why we've created Mulligan Brothers Patreon. We've built something special for our most dedicated supporters, and I want to break it down for you real quick. The supporter tier gets you ad-free early access to both video and audio versions of Mulligan Brothers interviews 24 hours before it goes public. The executive tier gets you everything that a supporter tier gets, plus more. Exclusive interviews and behind the scenes content, walk and talks, daily routines, unreleased interviews, the stuff that you don't see anywhere else. And finally, the executive producer tier. Everything from the supporter tier and the executive tier, plus exclusive perks. Access to our treatment packages. Be the first to see which guests are coming up and get insight into the topics we'll be discussing before anyone else. And you'll even get an executive producer credit on every single documentary that we make. So if you've ever wanted to support the Mulligan Brothers mission of inspiring change so we can go around the world and get these stories that nobody else will, this is exactly how you do it. Go to patreon.com/Mulligan Brothers or click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Join the community and help us inspire change. Mulligan Brothers is doing its 2025 sale. So if you put the code in on the website, you can get buy one, get one free across the whole range, including the Not a Journal and the Memento Mori poster, an interactive poster that you fill in every single week, and it shows you how much life you've lived and potentially how much you've got left. Then somewhere along there is a square that will be my last square. It might have even been the square that I filled in last week, and I promise you that fills you with the most motivation to make your life mean something and live with purpose. And the Not a Journal is a journal for just getting stuff done. I know so many of you have loved it, and that's why we've included it in the buy one, get one free with the link below. While stocks last. Once all the journals are gone, that is it, guys. As always, each year we do sell out, so make sure you get your orders in very quick.
So once you achieve enlightenment, that is the freedom of the cycle?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. As something you spoke about there is a practice that I used to practice quite frequently. I think you did as well, Luke, is lucid dreaming. And I've tried to articulate lucid dreaming on camera of this like almost like hyper consciousness and awareness, like this state of being where you're really truly alive and you're in a dream. Could you describe if you use lucid dreaming, where did you learn it, and why did you use lucid dreaming? What for?
In Tantric Buddhism, they have 6 yogas of Naropa. Naropa is one great master in India, and is all the Buddha's teaching of Tantric teachings. He make 6 categories. Is this name we call 6 yogas of Naropa. First 2 yogas, we have practiced moment of we are awake. One, what is inner fire, Tomo, and the second we call illusory body. And your question is a third, is the middle 2 yogas we call yoga of sleep yoga and dream yoga. And this we practice at night. And then we have last 2 yogas, yoga of the death and yoga of transfer or transformation or transfer, or we call poa. In this last 2 yogas, you practice moment of death. Therefore, is the moment of your, if you want to learn something really, really profound, is something incredible level, you should be study Tantric Buddhism and also especially 6 yogas of Naropa, is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But many people don't want to have big questions, Therefore, not many people need this, or many people don't want to know many things, They just want a simple life, But if somebody really want to know something, what is this? What is life, Is they have incredible help to understanding. in the 6 yogas of Naropa, middle 2 yogas is a yoga of sleep and the yoga of a dream. Yoga of sleep, exactly, you energy dissolving. What I told, exactly how you die, exactly same. Water element, energy dissolve. Fire, the earth element, energy dissolve. Water element, energy dissolve. Fire element, energy dissolve. The wind, and you experience exactly same, And then wind element energy dissolve, let's say, consciousness, and then you go to white light, red light, black light, maybe you don't wear, and then you also experience some degrees level of a clear light, and not complete. Therefore, very interesting is the in the everyday we experience 3 different kind of level. One, we are the sensory world, correct? When we awake, we are more in the sensory world. When we are dreaming, sensory world is a sensory world dissolved, mental world active, your mind active. And then your mental world also dissolved, your thoughts also dissolved, and then what you call deep sleep. You don't have any dream, correct? You don't have any dream. Therefore, moment of your deep sleep, you experience the best part of mind. A moment of a dream, you experience what's best, or you experience the part, you experience, maybe moment of your deep sleep, you experience the dream mind. No emotions, no thoughts, just pure peace. Something you experience, but you don't have awareness yet. And his death is look like this. It's normal person. It's sleep, nothing more. And then a dream body means, of course, one you're dreaming, Therefore, when we practice dream yoga, we do 2 levels. One is we do very, very deep level. One we do very, very surface level. But when we do service or easy level we are doing, of course, as first you try to have a lucid dream, and then you need to make a stable lucid dream, then you need to make a skillful lucid dream, and then you need to make what you call a lucid dream yoga practice. Then you need to practice a clear light dream yoga practice. But first you need to have a lucid dream. Of course, there are many techniques to do with breath work, with visualization, but mostly it's the power of motivation. Yeah, it's power of motivation is the best you want to lucid dream. When you wake up early morning, you immediately say, now I'm dreaming, You say, I'm a dreaming. And then always, I'm dreaming. Oh, this is a dream. I'm a dreaming. Whole day you think you're dreaming. And then before you sleep, you make 7 times breathe out, or 7, or however. Then maybe 21 times you say, today I go to have a lucid dream. Today I go to have a lucid dream. Your mental focus, you verbally say this around the 21 times, and then lay down, and to keep the motivation very strongly, and maybe you have a great chance. And the dream yoga, you need also practice the right time, First you try to have normal sleep, Let's say you go to 9 o'clock, you sleep, and 9 or 10 you go to sleep, and then you go to wake up, let's say 5 o'clock. You have first normal sleep, important. And then you wake up, you need to go toilet or everything, and then come back. It's around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All this is the good part of dream, because then you sleep not go so deep, and that is the way you have a dream, and the more. Therefore, you need to early morning. First normal dream, first It's the right time is important. First, you have no more sleep, and you do this dream yoga practice early morning. And once you have a lucid dream, lucid dream means you recognize you are dreaming. Oh, I'm a dreaming, I'm a dreaming. And then you need to make a stable. To make a stable, you need to make a few exercise. Now, first, you need to exercise of travel, we say. Before you sleep, you just say, today I want to travel to India, Tibet, I want to go moon or sun or whatever, you just say, I want to go everywhere, Then you have a lucid dream. In the lucid dream is you say, okay, now I travel to moon or sun or another planet or India, of course. And we do this exercise to make your lucid dream very stable. And then we say changing means if you have a lucid dream, that's not enough, not so useful. You need to make this very, very stable. And to make stable, you need exercise. And then you, in your dream example, you just say, okay, I'm a Tulku Lobsang, but then I change it in my dream, I become woman. Yes, you possibly do this in the dream, and that's make your dream is very stable. You have some control, Just I'm a dreaming, it's not so much useful. Yes, that's nice, but it's not really useful. You change yourself is man, woman, white, black, yellow, one head, 20 arms. You become big, size of space, small. You become 1,000, you come one, you become rock, lion. All you do this in the dream. You exercise this name. Jirwa, what we call. And you possibly do that. Now your lucid dream is very stable. But still not enough. Is you really something useful? Still not enough. Well, it's a very interesting question here, of course. Is when I say traveling moon and the sun or whatever, is this moment are you really traveling? And in the Buddhist teaching say, no. This everything happening in your mind. It's not traveling. But if you ask Buddhisms, is it possible travel? Yes. But what we know is not. Everything happening in your mind. Nothing happening outside of mind. It's not true. Just your experience. And then we call skillful dream yoga practice. Skillful dream yoga practice means, example, I used to have fear lots of a snake. I don't know. We all have some silly things in our life, some things, I used to have lots of fear of a snake, but now less. But I don't know. Some people have a fear of, crazy things. Let's say, or some people have fear of height, or some people have fear of the fire, or some people have fear of the water. And let's say I have a fear of a snake. Some people have a really much fear of snake. They cannot hear the name. I know some people. And now, today I go to have a dream, lucid dream. I say, and I go to dreaming snake. I go to dreaming is a big, big hole inside of thousands of different snake. And I dream I go to jump inside naked. This is something, In this moment, because it's in here, this life, I have so much fear, I start losing my lucid dream, I start fear coming, Oh, this is a dream. I just dream, And you training. If you have a fear of a height, you go in the dream, you go top of or you go in aeroplane or top of mountains, jump. If you have fire, fear of fire, you go in the fire. You have fear of water, you go in water, And then some moment is you don't have any fear because this is a dream, and now you have very skillful, dream yoga. Now your dream yoga is very useful. You possible use this dream mind to do something what you wanted. Until there is not so useful. I mean, little useful, but it's not so useful. And then in the Buddhist traditions, then we start to make meditation of emptiness. Yes, emptiness. Well, in the Buddhism's emptiness, let's say emptiness, because Buddhism wants free of knowledge. What is the oldest knowledge is grasping. The grasping, self-grasping. The grasping is the oldest knowledge, is karmic knowledge. Until you have a grasping, you're never free. And therefore, free of grasping, you need to have a realization of emptiness. Therefore, in the dream, you possible practice emptiness. All what you see, all what you see is not really there. You just what you know or what you see is not really there. And what mean emptiness? Of course, emptiness is the heart of Buddhism. Emptiness means we believe nothing exists independently, inherently. How we know? Any existence you analyze, you don't find it. Means nothing absolutely exists. Nothing exists herself. Nothing exists independently. Nothing exists inherently. This kind of view is just one of the greatest illusion we have. And this kind of view is make us have grasping. And the grasping bring attachment. Attachment make we born. And the attachment make we born, and of course, and then we have lose, and then we have death. And therefore, we practice, you possible use also study things, you are not want to practice, especially Buddhist practice, you have a lucid dream very well. Let's say, I want to learn to English. I possibly study this in my dream. You need very little effort. And here, you need the training. It's so much need energy. You're so tired, But in the dream, you need very little energy needed. You're not so much effort. It's so light. You look like you're driving Ferrari. It's just everything. But then you come back in this world, this mind, this body have so strong personality. You need the training, And then, if you have this lucid dream, you possible practice any kind of practice you wanted. But many Buddhisms, of course, we practice of this illusion body practice, we call. And but you possible go back again sleep. You possible practice sleep yoga again. You are dreaming, and that's moment more powerful. Now you're dreaming. You say, okay, I'm a dreaming. Now I go back sleep again. And then you go to sleep, and you also possible a deep sleep, and at the same time you have awareness.
You go sleep inside the sleep?
Yes. Example, you are dreaming, correct? You're already dreaming, and now you have lucid dream, stable dream, you have skillful dream. You cannot possibly do anything yourself now. It's flexibility you have. You have control, let's say. Before you don't have control because you don't know. Not knowing is out of control. But now you have control. You have a dream, but you have control. And therefore you possibly make a special meditation in the dream, and you go back again sleep. And then moment of sleep, You don't have a dreaming, but you still possible not lose awareness. You don't lose awareness. You possible deep sleep, but you still have full awareness. This name what we call clear light yoga. Of course, yes, clear light yoga, and once you this to practice very well, let's say you dream yoga very, very success, and the dream yoga influence in this life, because this life now is a dreaming. What we now hear is a dream. It's only we don't know, and therefore everybody okay, but it's a dreaming. Once you know this life is a dreaming, life is going less influence you. You have more control to yourself. Until you don't believe this is a dream, until you have influence, or until the others go to influence you. Let's say in the small dream, I know this is a dreaming. I know this is a dream, that's not true, it's a dreaming. In this moment, I have a control my dream. You also say this is a dream, just a dream. Of course, nobody want to hear this. Look like really bad news, and nobody want to hear this, Nobody want to hear about this. But once you know this is a dream, then you can do possible, or say, then you have less outward influence you. You are more free yourself. Therefore, practice of dream yoga of night influence the day. Practice of day influence night. Yes, I'm sorry I talk a little too much, long things. No. But this is a very, very authentic, important traditional teachings.
Well, it's something that's very interesting to me. I hope you don't mind me diving into it a little bit more. So people are probably listening to this, and there'll be some people who listen to it and go, okay, I understand this, I've heard of this before. And there's going to be some people who are listening to this and going, this is rubbish, like this is just make-believe. Now let me put my hand up, hand on my heart with this, is like I've experienced lucid dreaming. So I heard about it in a book, and I can't remember the book, but it was a basketball coach who taught some of his students to train basketball whilst lucid dreaming, to train the skill of basketball and train their shot whilst lucid dreaming. And he learned that from monks. Like he'd learned this technique from monks. So we heard about it. I think me and my brothers started trying to do lucid dreaming, and this idea that you go through your waking life as we are here today, and you question reality, and you look around and you ask if you're dreaming. And there's some of the techniques that I learned was to do reality checks, like trying to put your finger through your hand, or sometimes reading words, looking away, looking back, and see if the words were still the same. And if they weren't, you might start to realize, oh, actually I'm in a dream. And you do that consciously in your waking life, that when you fall asleep, you do those same dream checks, and then you'll recognize those patterns, and then you go, oh, actually I am dreaming this time. When you're in a dream and you wake up within a dream, it's reality. Like it feels so real that you can't explain it to somebody. Like it's completely real. The only reason I'm saying this is because you've explained it perfectly well, but I think some people might be thinking, oh, he's just making this up. And you can do some incredible things in the dreams. Like you can fly, you can drive your dream car, you can do whatever you want. And there's loads of different techniques for intensifying the dream, changing locations, teleporting, whatever you want to call it. What I've not heard is going into another dream, or I've never heard somebody speak about the actual practice of meditating in a dream as well. So I'd love to just touch on it a couple more times. And just for the audience again, is if you've ever watched the film Inception, this is where all of this stuff comes from. Like it wasn't like written on nothing. It was based on these teachings and these things that are true and real. And I'd love people to try this out, because it is, if you actually manage to go into a lucid dream, the first experience of it is kind of, you realize how powerful it is. So I'd love to start there. What was the first your first experience when you first and finally got into a lucid dream? Do you remember it?
Yes, I remember one time in the monastery, I have a lucid dream, of course, without practice, without much practice. I have exam to monastery, I'm asleep and then I have a dream, but then I have a lucid dream, of course, and then I study in my dream my book. But it's always so interesting, of course, that also I dream my book, correct? And all the pages, everything is kind of it's nearly impossible, Yeah, but yes, I dreamed my book and I read it. I make all things training in my dream. And then, of course, then I wake up, come back. Is this help to me to really life? I remember this. Is really kind of accidentally happened me? It's not because I practice dream yoga. It's accidentally me happened, and I'm sure I hear these things. I'm not practicing this moment, but I'm here. I have this knowledge, but it's a very common practice, of course. Yes, and that's one thing. And it's similar. I have experiences, and that's why in you practice in this world, you have a less speed. Everything's slow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So if you meditate in your dream, what's the time perception like? So if let's say you're asleep for another hour, in the dream world, how long are you asleep for? How long are you meditating or practicing the skill? Is it the same time period? Can you stay, like if you're going to sleep inside a dream, does that mean that you're dreaming for a long, like hours and hours and hours down there?
It's possible. Yes, it's possible. But yes, usual length of time, but you also, because now you have controlled, and you possible control your sleep, you possible control your dream, you possible earlier to wake up, or you stop to dream, or you go to wake up. Usually they have four things, we have awake, we have a sleep, we have a dream, and then we have wake and sleep, wake and dream between have another. Therefore, sometimes it's not a dream, it's not awake. Between have something. It's look like you're awake, but you're not awake. Look like you're dreaming, but you're not dreaming. You're half awake, half dreaming. You have also this kind of state, Therefore, yes, you possible choose how long you want to sleep or how long you want to dream, what kind of dream you wanted, what kind of sleep you wanted. Yes, of course, but mostly in the Buddhism, why we practice this, because a dream yoga and also in dream body, dream mind is maybe I say this example give, let's say dream yoga, dream body, maybe I say dream body is look like a horse. Horse is very powerful, but it's soft, This physical body is look like a donkey. It's not so powerful, but he's so strong personality, You need so much training. You training, I don't know, you training 3 years, many hours. Is the benefit result is very little, and then so easy to lose. It's lots of effort, and the result is so small, and that's why sometimes we just want to give up, But in the dream body, is when you have a lucid dream, you need to make a little practice, nearly equal coming, It's little practice, you have maximum result. And that's give you motivation, But here in this world, Of course, I told yesterday, my laziness, one of a great challenge. Of course, I'm a good practitioner, but my body and my mind have a so strong personality, so strong resistance. Every day I need to negotiate. Every day I know the talk. I already talked yesterday, he forgot it. Yesterday we already make a deal, he forgot it. He promised, my body, my mind yesterday promised. And my body want to eat the chocolate, and I say, okay, and my mind want to go to look movie, I say, okay, but I both saying, tomorrow morning we need to practice, both, yes, of course, we are in, I believe it, and the morning when I wake up, I say, hey, come on, I call my body and mind, they are not coming, My body is hanging in toilet. I don't know, my mind won't hang in it, YouTube or whatever. I'm just angry, waiting somewhere, And then when they come, already they're not happy. My body is not happy, my mind is not happy. And then I kind of meditate, that's why everything so slow. And we need so much effort needed. But in dream yoga, in the dream world, need maximum investment. Is you have maximum outcome, and that's so make motivated. Therefore, we do meditation in the dream.
When you wake up after learning something like that, you retain it. Like you retain it in the waking world as well?
It's not so sharp. It's my experience. I'm not a great dream yoga practitioner, therefore I'm sure some people have more. But it's not so sharp, look like in the dream, but it's still there. But I'm sure I practice more, it's nearly coming same levels. And that's what the Buddhists believe it. And that's give you a next level, You have look like VIP. Then you have everything going quick,
Wow. I mean, it is a tough thing to practice as well. Like it's a lot of dedication that needs to go into becoming good at lucid dreaming, retaining it, memory, getting into the dreams, all that kind of stuff. Did you ever speak to somebody who was like really good at doing that kind of stuff, or was quite high level, like they could get in and out of lucid dreams quite easily?
Yes. Okay. It's really, really, we have the great practitioner. I think only question of time, world go to discover what I'm talking here now. Maybe some people now think this is stupid or kind of funny, nothing. But I think truth is nobody possible hide it, is coming. It's only question of time. And this kind of teaching or this kind of knowledge or I don't know which form we could discover, but I'm sure. Therefore, I know many great masters or some people, friends or who doing well. But this kind of people sometimes they don't want to share, of course. Some people, yes, but mostly they don't want it. They have another kind of way of looking life,
We spoke about the waves of life, like the waves of rebirth, or the waves of birth, the waves of death. Does that mean that you don't believe in reincarnation, or you do believe in reincarnation?
Yes, of course, this is very complex, is the teaching, of course, but yes, we believe what reincarnation means, yes, we believe everything have a continuation. And that is the key, I think, We don't believe they have absolute begin. Yes, we don't believe a begin. They don't have begin, yeah? It's therefore, they don't have begin, therefore absolute, they have continuation. I think we talk two kind of continuation, hopefully that makes sense. My English leader, crazy here, we call is identity continuation, and then we call substantial continuation. Substantial level, we say nothing disappear in the space. Nothing disappear. Nothing disappear. Example, I have let's say me or you have, let's say now here in this body, this mind, maybe let's say this, have a substantial continuation, but no have identity continuation. And that's why we are substantial continuation not enough. And we want identity continuation. Identity continuation means, example, I born very young. I born young, maybe, 35 years ago, I'm a handsome, a young, strong man. But of course, I'm a continuation of this young man, but I'm not a continuation of identity. I'm old, Therefore, when we enlightened world, they have identity continuation. And then, but we don't have identity continuation. We have a substantial continuation. Example, substantial continuation means, just simple example, is I break tomato. Let's say I break tomato, and let's say tomato dead. Let's say tomato is dead. And then substance of a tomato is dead, her form is dead, but her substance to become potato. And then I say tomato substance or tomato, then I start to say tomato reincarnate potato, potato reincarnate tree or whatever, Therefore, same substance, but form is a changing, And that means, reincarnation means, yes, we all have a substantial continuation, but we don't have identity continuation. And that is a problem. And therefore, we never go to end it. Or let's say, maybe I say, everybody have a substantial continuation. And then moment we are reincarnate, everybody, let's say, but out of control. But when you become great spiritual practitioner, hopefully is you reincarnate with control. And you become great practitioner, or whatever you call, yes, you never need to reincarnate, You never need to born. Or something like this is one simple explanation, but very interesting here. One thing I always interested to say, because the reincarnation means now is interest in the past life or next life, is, many people sometimes say to me, I don't know, I don't believe in next life, Or many people say, I don't believe past life, I don't believe in next life. And mostly people you ask why, is they have very, very reasonable answer, They say, I don't remember, Yes, that's a very valuable, it's a very, what's called validation answer, But it's most interesting, yes, that's true, you don't remember. Mostly people don't remember. Many people also remember, but mostly don't remember. And therefore, it's more difficult. They have past life or next life, But it's more interesting question, why you don't remember? Now, interesting question here, because you say, I don't remember. And, you say, I don't remember. This mind, you say, I don't remember. Based on remembering of this mind, you go to make answer. Now, look, this is interesting. This mind have very little capacity of remembering. Now you look my face. You see very, very, very clear. Correct? You have a clear picture in your mind, my face. But now I want you close eyes. And then you close eyes, and then you think, and the picture of my face, you don't have a so clear picture of my face. You don't have so clear look like you look with open eyes. Mm-hmm. Correct? Mm-hmm. But now my question is when you close eyes, you don't have a clear picture of my face, correct? Mm-hmm. Is that true?
That's true.
And then after 1 year, today let's say today and tomorrow, our job is done, and then you never talk with me, or I never talk to you, I never thank you, you never thank me, let's say next 1 year. After 1 year, you have a dream. And just dream of our discussion here. In this dream, you have a clear picture of my face look like with your open eyes. How this possible? Now you are just in front of me and you close eyes, you don't have a clear picture. There's no logic. After 1 year, you never connect to me, and suddenly one night you have a dream. In the dream, you have nearly maybe same clear picture in my face, my wrinkles, my pimples. All you see clearly, look maybe more clear than you look eyes now. Look like looking under the microscope. How this logically possible? And once you find this answer, you go to find the answer of why we don't remember past life. No, not you don't remembering. You go to remember. But to remember in the past life, you need to go deeper your level. Let's say this way. Is it possible make single point state of mind meditation? Single point state of mind meditation means you possible only think one thing without any other thinking, the highest of a quality. 4 hours, maybe you start to remember your past life. You don't need to become Buddhism. You don't need to believe anybody. You just training to focus. You, let's say, top of needle, you focus your mind without any interrupted 4 hours, the highest quality of the present moment focus you have 4 hours, maybe you already start to remembering what you don't remember many things. It's interesting. Let's say in this morning I have a nice dream. I'm wake up, I have very excited dream, and then I just say, hey, I want to tell you my nice dream. I'm very excited, And then you say, okay, wait. I go to shower. After 10 minutes, you explain me. And then I say, okay, I'm very happy. And then suddenly somebody phone call me, and then some problem. I need to talk. I need to, it's something problem. I need to talk. Maybe, 5 minutes, just very loud talk. And then I put phone, you come out. Okay, Tulku Lobsang, tell me your dream. I forgot that, Maybe I remember I have a dream, but I forgot what I'm dreaming. What is this? How possible? 10 minutes before, I'm a normal person. I'm not crazy. 10 minutes before, I'm so excited to tell you, but after 10 minutes and I don't really remember, I remember I have a dream, but I don't remember what I dream. Why is this forget? Why is not remembering this? In the dream mind is the more deeper. Yes. When I'm dreaming, I have a nice dream, and then I start to wake up, I'm not fully out of a dream mind yet. And therefore I have a remembering there, little. And then somebody phone call me, hi, and then I'm just complete wake mind. Is a dream mind is kind of dissolved, and then I cannot remember. Mostly it's very interesting. Sometimes you say, I remember dream. Maybe you're remembering what you remember, but you don't remember dream, Because you cannot possible this many times. You say, I remember my dream. Let's say you have very nice dream, and then you talk me now. You talk, and you transfer your remembering of a dream to in this mind, and then you never forget it. Whenever this mind is there, you never forget your nice dream. Because dream mind, waking mind, the same time, no possible function. One active, other is sleep. Other active, another sleep, Therefore, my question, why early morning is 10 minutes, I forget my dream? Why I start to remember after 1 year or in the dreams so clear my face? And there, we need to talk a different level of consciousness. You never conclude with this mind.
I love that, and it makes perfect sense. It makes really good sense. I'm just thinking to round this off. Where did I want to go? And I think an interesting question, I think, to finish this off would be that if there are memories that are accessible through a deeper level of consciousness from our past lives or whatever we want to, however we want to say it, different realities, are there clues or are there signs that we experience? Like sometimes for me, I will have deja vu. Do you know deja vu is like, it's you're going through life and then you're like, oh, this feels like I've done this before. Yeah. Like I've been here before. That's deja vu, the feeling. Or you'll meet somebody and you feel like you knew them from a long time ago. Like that kind of, do those things exist that are connected to past lives or other realities that we've experienced?
I really think so. And myself also have such things, It's sometimes you start, you don't need to pray practitioner. Sometimes, it's really, you start to remember some things, Or sometimes you start to see the future. Also something is not so clearly. I'm sure some people more happened, but to me also, this, we don't know 100%. Maybe sometimes something biologically happen, or sometimes happen in your past life, or is clearly something, connect your past. Is the imprint of your past, of some of action of your something is your past. I really believe so. This, yes, I really believe, and me also sometimes experience. Sometimes you start to feel something. Something 1 minute, something. But of course, then you start to focus, thinking, and then not gone. It's not to function, and some people is who really remember, very, very, very clearly remember. Unbelievable remember. You cannot deny. You just you respect, but you cannot deny. But of course, I'm always used to say, remembering is also not enough proof to something there, but you're not remembering, that's also not the proof is something not there. I think we need a common tool to understand this, but individually, of course, is therefore, sometimes people ask me, "Are you remember past life?" I say it's very difficult to give answer. I say I don't remember. It's very disappointed. I'm a Buddhism practitioner. I say I don't remember, but I say I remember. Many people don't believe it. And that's why they have 8 or 9 or 12 questions where Buddha don't give answer. Not because he don't have answer. he give silence. Not because he don't have answer, but he is a similar. And I remember when I come first in the West, I don't know many people. Nowadays, people ask me, but you remember your past life? What I say, what I say, I remember what makes sense, It's what makes sense. Of course, somebody asks, but what makes sense? I say, I don't remember what is, And then I always say people, this I don't give answer, Yes.
Just wanted to say for the audience, if you want to follow on these teachings, there's going to be links down below. There's a Tummo course on the website with a link, and then there's also your travel schedule for the next 6 months, I think it is, but it looks like 5 years. He's traveling quite a lot. So if you want to try and see if he's coming to a location near yourself or a place near yourself, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of places where you're going, so people can find out that. So it'll all be linked down below. But and the other interviews will be linked down below, and also we've got one more conversation to be had tomorrow. So yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.